Good. If you have just joined us for the first time, a very, very warm welcome. If you're like one of the many people returning to revalidate their practice in this session, again, thank you. And we hope you're getting on well. Thank you for those that have created support cases this week. We have answered you and will continue to answer you, so please reach out via this method. It's very easy for you and hopefully beneficial as you continue on meditating. Good. So we just wait for a couple of minutes while some other people join us. Okay, I just had a confirmation that you can see me and hear me, which is what we want on a live stream. I'm just watching the time. Okay, that's cool. So as it says in front of you, hello, I am Rajesh, I am the meditation guru, and I lead the International Meditation School FISU Meditation. FISU stands for the Foundation for International Spiritual Unfoldment, and that actually has some very important words in it. Spiritual unfoldment, not development, because in our system we believe that we are already fully spiritually developed. It just requires unfolding. So our type of meditation is quite different to those you find in the mainstream. It is very much designed for spiritual unfoldment, so getting to the core of that spiritual self within, where that universal power and reservoir exists, and tapping on that, bringing it to the fore in our lives. It's there, it exists, it is our divine right, and we're just finding access to it through these practices. Good. Okay, well, again, thank you very much for joining. We're going to be starting in a second to talk about meditation and how this can benefit your life. So, during these difficult, challenging times, how can meditation help you? How can meditation help you? Firstly, you may be under a lot of pressure at the moment. You may have lost your job. There's a threat you might lose your job. You're cooped up with people you don't get on with, or family relationships are more difficult because of such close proximity and the restrictions that we have currently upon us. I think these will lift more so in a few weeks, but this scenario will continue on, I think, for some period of time. So how do we cope with that? How do we become stronger? How do we improve or strengthen our mental health? And this is so easy to do when your attention is, rather than externalized, is internalized through meditation and learning meditation. Many of the people in our organizations have been meditating for many, many years, and obviously continue to do so because the benefits are continual, they are constant, and we grow in a person, not only from a personality perspective, but a deeper awareness, realization of perhaps divinity, a higher power, ourselves, etc. So meditation is well documented. All of the benefits have now been done by universities, think tanks, medical institutions, etc. And they're all ready for us to enjoy. So please subscribe to my channel. As I said, it is important to come back if you're new and you're watching for the first time. Come back to revalidate the practice. Even though this technique is super simple, you will have questions, and we want to ensure that you get the maximum benefit, so we want to revalidate your experience. Okay, a couple of things that are important is that we know meditation is going to reduce your stress and anxiety if you practice it regularly. So in our system, we meditate for 20 to 30 minutes twice a day. At home is the best place, as most of us are placed at the moment. Please ensure that your location is secure. There's no alarms going to go off, or make sure your phone is turned off, so this is not going to disturb you for the next half an hour or so. If you're cold, obviously make sure you're comfortable, put a blanket over yourself, or if you're too warm, declothe. The most important thing is to be comfortable. We do recommend meditating in the same place as you become familiar with the surroundings, and then everything becomes a lot easier. So, if you're meditating with children, that's absolutely fine. They probably won't have the capacity to meditate for the full amount of time because they will get bored and slightly restless. But if they can meditate with you for the first 10 or 15 minutes, this is going to be excellent, simply because they'll be more manageable, they'll be less hyper, etc. So this is generally the experience of parents who have meditating children. Also, it increases their intellect, so it's a great thing to get them into. Okay, so we do not also meditate with animals in the room. So if you have a dog or even a budgerigar, we would suggest that you move it out of the room that you're in just for this period of meditation. Not only will this disturb you, but it's quite possible that the subtle energies, as we recharge our batteries through meditation, if an animal is too close to us, they can absorb this energy, and we need it for ourselves. They're fine. So please do remember that. Sit up. So I'm just going to drop this banner so that I can just shift back and show you that I'm in a comfortable chair. My back is reasonably erect. You could be sitting up in bed, in an armchair. Do not be too horizontal, be erect. Have your hands together, either in this manner or hands together, and place them in your lap. That's great. So that's an easy one. Getting the correct position, and obviously you're going to stay there in that position through the amount of time. In meditation, if you have a little itch, scratch. It won't disturb you. It's more likely to be a disturbance if you don't scratch the itch. Okay? So, the timing. How do we know when 20 to 30 minutes is up? Actually, it's really, really easy. You firstly have to just, at the beginning of your meditation, tell yourself 20 to 30 minutes. You will surface, if you're still unsure of the time and you feel you've surfaced too early, then do go back, but just look at your watch really, really through only squinted eyes, because this will not be shocking to your nervous system. So it's very important that you do not open your eyes fully during meditation, as this, disturbs us more so by forcing our metabolic rate to raise when it has diminished through that relaxation. And, it's quite a jar to your central nervous system. So please don't do that. So the first thing we're going to do is to very gently close your eyes. I want you, whenever I ask you to close your eyes or open your eyes slowly, please do this very, very slowly, especially when you're opening them as if they're stuck together. So let's close our eyes very slowly and relax for a moment. Our attention in life is so externalized, so we're always looking outside of ourselves. Meditation is an inward journey, so we change our direction of attention from external to internal. Now, with your eyes still closed, I'd like you to bring your attention to the breathing as I'm going to explain. Do not alter the rhythm of the breathing, just be its observer. Just watch the rising and falling of the chest, the breath going in and out of the nostrils. And we're going to do that for a couple of minutes. Okay, I just want you to open your eyes really slowly now. Do not rush. Great. You see how easy that was. So one thing I forgot to mention was we never meditate in too dark a room. You can see my little friend here in the background. There's a tea light burning. In a dark room, that gives sufficient and a nice ambient light. You could also have chink in the curtains or a bedside lamp, table lamp, etc. Have reduced light, but not in complete darkness. Good. So this time, when I ask you to close your eyes, wait 10 to 15 seconds, and then place your attention on your breathing as before. Okay, and now we're going to add another element. So firstly, let's very gently close our eyes. And we're going to place our attention on the breathing as before, the rising and falling of the chest, the breath going in and out of the nostrils. We don't want to alter the rhythm, we just want to be its observer. That is extremely important. But after some time you will notice that your breathing drops away or your attention goes off the breathing to just thoughts alone. And this is fine. Do not try to prevent it. But when you realize you're only having thoughts without pushing those thoughts away, gently come back to the awareness of your breathing. So the key here is do not banish those thoughts from your mind. Do not push them away. Just allow them to be there. and they will probably just float away on their own. Now, depending on the amount of mental activity, if we're under pressure, our mind will be more active. So it could be that you'll be doing this quite often because thoughts will keep bubbling up. That's absolutely fine, because actually when thoughts bubble up in meditation, we lose the emotional attachment towards them. So this will help them calm. And over time, this process gets more powerful. And it's just like watching your thoughts on a movie screen. You're no longer even involved in them. And of course, in doing so, they lose their velocity. And this brings us calmness and tranquility. So again, as I lead you into the meditation now for around 20 minutes, place your attention on your breathing, the rising and falling of the chest, the breath going in and out. Do not try and alter the rhythm, and you can of course breathe through your nose or through your mouth. But when you realize after a while, and that could be 1 minute or several minutes, it doesn't actually matter, but when you realize you're only having thoughts and your attention is now off the breathing, then just without pushing those thoughts away, come back to the breathing and begin watching them again. So it's a cycle, watching your breathing, drifting off into some thoughts, coming back to your breathing without pushing those thoughts away. So we're going to do that now. So I will tell you when to stop, so don't worry about timing yourself. Let's begin. Okay, now very easily and effortlessly, I would like you to begin surfacing out of your meditation, and if possible, wait 2 minutes before opening your eyes fully. So, if you're unsure what 2 minutes looks like, then count to 120 slowly. Don't be in a rush. Your whole metabolic rate has reduced, your central nervous system has reduced during this practice. That is why it's so healing and will strengthen your immune system. So don't jump out of the meditation, come out extremely slowly. That's good, and welcome back. Now, some parting reminders. We meditate for 20 to 30 minutes twice a day. Try and use the same room, as you will be familiar with the surroundings, and ensure that room is shaded. Do not set bells or alarms. Just as you start to meditate, tell yourself 20 to 30 minutes. If in doubt during the practice, then look through squinted eyes at your watch or clock in the room, and if it's still like 16 minutes, go back to make sure that you're over 20 and less than 30. Please check back into these sessions. They're every day, Monday to Friday, 8:15 and 5 p.m. GMT +1. We often have quite a lot of visitors from Europe, so regardless, everyone is welcome, and we want to share what we have learned and how we have transformed our lives through meditation with you. So don't be in a rush, but those changes, if you're meditating regularly, will come. They will indeed. And you're going to feel stronger, more centered to cope in this difficult pandemic time. I put on the screen here our support number, support email, I should say, that you can use or connect to us via all our social channels. Our website, our meditation, Phyto meditation website address is here, but you can use this support email address for questions. Please feel free to post any questions now, but if after this session you can use the support@phyto.org, and this will create a support case in our system, and we'll be able to respond to you as we have done to a number of people who have sent us questions. The important thing is to check back into these sessions, because we want to revalidate correct practice. That is so important. So as I said, we're here to support you through this journey of internality, where we come to know ourselves better, to feel more in harmony with our lives, and find greater satisfaction in everything that we do. So please join with us again for another session to ensure you're doing it correctly, or simply come here to the group meditation to join us, as many people do who are perhaps not connected here, to meditate at this time, as there is strength in numbers, as we've all said, and we can all connect through meditation at this time. So we basically thank you very much for checking in and joining us today. We will leave it there. If you have any further questions, as I said, use our social channels or email us at support@faisu.org. Thank you very much for being here, and we hope to see you soon. Keep meditating. Bye-bye now.